Have you ever designed a good looking website and there is a requirement to change the color of a button or the size of a button or maybe add an icon in some buttons? Making all these changes one by one might take a lot of time and efforts. That's when the button component system comes in picture. By the end of this video, you will learn how to create responsive button system and make your design consistent. So without any further ado, let's get started. First, type your button text. Select the size of the text and wrap it in auto layout using the shortcut Shift+A. Now you have this basic button. The general rule of padding here are, if the top and the bottom padding are the X distance, then the left and the right paddings are set to the 2x distance. Then here give a fill color to the button and then change the preferred corner radius and change the text color. This is your primary button with a regular size. You can create a frame for icons. Paste an icon from any icon library or from any icons plugin. Then create a separate component of each icon and place its variant in the primary button and change this gap between them. This will be your left icon of the button. Now place another icon from the asset panel to the right of the text. This will be your right icon. This is the primary button and there are other two types of buttons. One is a secondary and other one is a tertiary button. For the secondary button, just duplicate this primary button and remove the fill, add a stroke with the same color and change the text color. For the tertiary button, there will be only text and icons. Duplicate this secondary button and remove the stroke as well. This will be your tertiary button. Now there will be different states for these buttons as well. These three are default state of the buttons. Others are hover state, focus state, click state, and disabled state. For the primary button, duplicate the default button and change the fill color to a slightly lighter color, in this case, to make a hover state. Again, duplicate the default button here, add a stroke, and change the color to a darker color to make it a focus state. Then for the click state, make the background fill color to a darker color. And finally, for disable state, change the background color to a lighter neutral color and also change the text to a slightly darker neutral color. If you want to learn how to create this color system in Figma, check out this video. Repeat the process for the secondary and tertiary buttons. Now in the next step, you can add multiple sizes of your buttons. These all are the regular size of the buttons. Create other two sizes as small size and a large size. For the small size, keeping the text size as 14 pixels here. Change the icon size as 16 pixels and add the paddings as 8 pixels on top and the bottom and paddings as 16 pixels on the left and the right. Then for the large size, change the text size as 18 pixels, keep the icons as 24 pixels and change the paddings as 16 pixels on the top and the bottom and 32 pixels on the sides. Adjust the gap between them as 16 pixels. Repeat the process for all the remaining buttons. Once you created all the buttons, select them all and in the right panel, select this option to create a component set. This will create a component set frame of the buttons. Select this frame and rename this set as a button. In the next step, create the variant for this component set. We have three variants as type, size, and state. Rename the default variant as type. Add a new variant as state. Then add another variant as size. Now hold Ctrl and select our primary buttons and set the variant property as primary. Then select all the secondary buttons here. Set the type property as secondary and select all the tertiary buttons and set the type property as tertiary. For the states property, the default state is already applied. Select all the second column buttons and set the property as hover. Then for the next buttons, set the state property as focus, and so on for other states. Now if you select the second buttons in the secondary variant, you can directly change the state property with this drop down as hover state and other states. Then for the button sizes, select all small buttons and type the variant property as small. Then select the regular buttons and set the property as regular. And finally, select the big buttons and set the property as large. Now if you take a button variant from this set, you can easily change the button type, size, and state. We can customize even more by adding other component properties like text property for button text and boolean property for icons visibility. For the text property, select the button text of any button and then in the right panel click on this icon to select all the similar text of all the buttons. Then click here to assign this field to a text property. Name your variable. Type your default placeholder text and then hit create. By doing this, you can easily change the text from the right panel for this button variant without double clicking the text in the variant. Next, to change the icon visibility, select all left icon in all the buttons and then in the right panel, go to the appearance and click on this variable option to assign this to a boolean property. Here give a name as icon left and select the visibility by this toggle option. Click on the create property to save it. Now hit the tab twice to select the right icons and repeat the process. Here give a name as icon right. Now in the button variant, you will get these toggle options for icons visibility. To change the order of the properties, to set any particular property at the top of the list, select this component set frame and in the right panel, simply drag up or down the property to reorder the sequence. Now to set the hover state for these buttons, go to the prototype option, select the default buttons and set the interaction as while hovering. Change the animation to Smart Animate. And now if you hover on this button variant, it will change to the hover state. Then do it from the hover state to a click state. And here set the interaction as while pressing. This will animate when pressing the button. Repeat the process for the remaining buttons and your micro interaction for the buttons are done. Now to add these buttons in your designs, you can access it from the Assets panel. Just drag and drop in your design and change the button variant according to the use case.